The man's mother had just passed away. He hadn't even had time to grieve before being transported to another world. Even the mage who summoned John was stunned. They hadn't expected the summoning to actually work. When John met the king, he was furious. He was pulled away before finishing his studies, so he expressed his dissatisfaction to the king. The king was also quite embarrassed, so the king hurriedly explained the situation to John. It turned out that John had been summoned to a war-torn world. Here, besides humans, there were also demons. The demons had appeared through a portal in the northern part of the continent. The nations had initially tried to resist the demons, but the demons were too powerful. The human armies couldn't withstand the demons' attacks. Soon, the demons' territory expanded further. Now, humans could barely hold them back, and their nation relied heavily on the Grand Empire. The surrounding smaller nations were also under the protection of the Grand Empire, so they needed to contribute food and money to the Grand Empire. But now they had no money, so they had to summon John to get into the Grand Empire. John was very unhappy. He thought this was no different from poor people selling their children. The king had no rebuttal. John realized he couldn't leave this place now, so he needed to come up with a way not to be sold. John decided to persuade them. Then John pointed out that the Grand Empire's protection was ongoing, and the taxes wouldn't be a one-time thing. He was the first person summoned in 500 years, so he was the nation's trump card, and shouldn't be played so easily. The queen strongly agreed with John's reasoning, so John began implementing modern governance theories. First, assessing the nation's financial situation, making the nation wealthy first, then strengthening the military, boosting the country's power to match the Grand Empire's. This way, it could avoid being forced to get more food and property. Then John and the king discussed the details. After 3 days of meetings, John became the new king.